Hello, my furry little friends. I don't know, I just wanted to call you furry little friends. My beloved grandchildren. River's here. You knew that. I've got some things and some experiences to share with you. I hope you enjoy them. Well, this one, you're never going to guess what this story is going to be about. Rivers, the real Rivers, is quite an interesting fellow. Did you know that I was a getaway car driver for a armed robber of a convenience store? Maybe I need to explain this to you. Back in the summer of 1978, I was gainfully employed by a place called Christensen Incorporated. And I was asked to go perform some audit stuff with some other guys, great guys. There were three of us, and we met back in Harrisonberg, Virginia, which is in beautiful country. It's in the Shenandoah Valley. And I was pretty excited. I'd never been to Virginia before. And so I went back for a couple of weeks. Now, did you know that this summer was kind of a noteworthy summer? I had recently been dumped yet again by a girlfriend who had fasted two days with her mother and came to the conclusion that I wasn't the guy, which that was a blessing in disguise, because guess what happened? Just a few short weeks after I went back to Virginia, I met my eternal bride and have been so blessed by her love, her beauty. She's just wonderful. Anyway, we met in September of 1978, got engaged in January of 1979, and were married in May of 1979. But I'll talk about that later. Let's talk about how was Rivers a jailbreaker? I mean, did I spend time in jail? No, let me explain what happened. So after we had worked hard during the day, the Virginia countryside is gorgeous. Big rolling hills and these cornfields that were like, it seemed like the stalks of corn were like 10 feet high, and they lined the highway. And we decided we wanted to go find a Virginia ham, which are really wonderful hams. So I was designated as the driver, and there are three other guys who were in the car with me. Don't know why I was the driver. And I felt like I was a chauffeur, and I liked the guys. We had fun, and we were working hard. So we decided to go out and take a stroll in the car as nighttime approached. And oh, it was gorgeous. And we stopped at a place that we thought would sell Virginia hams. Turns out they had just barely closed. And we were in the car wondering what our next move was going to be, which was going to be we were going to just go back to our hotel. And somebody came up to our car, knocked on the door, and he said, "Can you give me a lift?" And I didn't dare want to make a decision on behalf of the rest of the guys, and they were older than I was. And I had been taught not to pick up hitchhikers. And it turns out that's pretty good advice. But the other guy said, where do you want to go? We're just going to head back to town. So that'd be great. So he jumped in, exchanged a few pleasantries, and then he said, "Can you stop the car right here?" I thought, this is kind of weird. And then he jumped out of the car and ran like a bat out of hell through this cornfield. I could still see him running through the cornfield. And we thought, well, that's kind of strange. And indeed it was, because this guy had just robbed another convenience store up the road from the one that we stopped in. And he was armed. He was packing heat. Of course, I didn't know that. And I didn't know that for a week or two after we had done this. But I was the getaway car driver for a guy who had just robbed a store. Kind of fun, huh? Well, what does this all mean? I don't know. It's just an interesting story. It makes Rivers a fascinating character, but you knew that. But what maybe it means a little bit is that sometimes we are in danger and we have no idea that we're in danger. And sometimes we're protected from danger. Sometimes we're not. But I was protected from danger on that particular night. The guy didn't pull a gun on us and didn't shoot any of us. And it's a great story to tell, isn't it? But I just want you to know that sometimes angels watch over you and God watches over you because he's got a plan. And guess what? The plan was for Rivers. The plan for Rivers was that just in a few short weeks, I was going to meet this beautiful, brown-eyed woman who just absolutely captivated me. And the rest is history. The rest is you. The rest is your parents. And it was nice that I didn't have my life substantially altered by this armed gunman. That's it for now.